Good morning to all of you. And first of all, I will advise all the third year and PG students to kindly write your name and roll number in the chat box for your official requirement. लिख लिया रोल नंबर सभी ने? नाम? हेलो, बीच बीच में थोड़ा सा रिस्पॉन्ड करते रहोगे ताकि लगे कि हाँ अगली तरफ भी कोई जगह हुआ है। ठीक है
जी सर, हम लोग लिख रहे हैं, आप स्टार्ट कर दीजिए।
लिखने की जरूरत नहीं बेटा, सुन लो अच्छे से। नोट्स चाहो तो ये हम आपको सीधा PDF करके भेज देंगे, ठीक है? जो बोलेंगे उसको लिख लेना, अलग से कुछ जो इसमें नहीं लिखा होगा जो समझाएंगे। अदरवाइज इसी को नोट करके एक और किताब तैयार करके फायदा नहीं है कि आपको।
नहीं सर, रोल नंबर और नेम हम लोग लिख रहे हैं सारे लोग, आप जब तक वी कैन स्टार्ट।
ठीक है,
वो चलता रहेगा इनबॉक्स में। जी सर।
सो टुडे वी विल स्टडी section of one-sided digits. This section is actually not a separate section 204 to 209. Rather, it is a part of your one-sided disease that is discussed in your organ of medicine. And as one-sided disease is, as it is defined by Hahnemann, that it belongs to the group of chronic diseases, in which in the last section, Hahnemann has given a general directions regarding how you will start treatment of a chronic disease. And this section is described in the last part of your one-sided disease, and that is between aphorism number 209, so 204 to 209. So 203 till 203 you have studied, and I think you must have understanding regarding one-sided disease, its nature, its treatment, its type. Local disease is also a part of that one-sided disease also. So after that, what is the general direction that Hahnemann has given for the treatment of chronic diseases? If we will study, then we have this differentiation of attempt, how you will start, how you will begin the treatment of your chronic diseases. So before the treatment, Hahnemann has given here especially two directions. One is that is mentioned in your aphorism number 4. That is, first you have to separate whether this chronic disease belongs to a true chronic disease, pseudo-chronic disease, or iatrogenic diseases. Because Hahnemann has defined chronic disease according to its causes, according to its sources, according to its nature in organ of medicine, and he has divided it into 3 forms: pseudo-chronic disease, iatrogenic disease, and the true chronic disease. And for the true chronic disease, what Hahnemann has described the full homeopathic way of treatment, and for other two, the most important part is the management and other associated help by homeopathic. So first is analysis of your chronic disease. Then the second part is again divided into further groups. After this analysis, you have to begin the treatment by identifying the cause, जिसको हम कह रहे हैं कि aphorism number 5. इसका फिर further subdivision है जो इसमें आपको हमने लिख रखा है. ये slide आप चाहो तो स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेना या नोट्स भी कर सकते हो. So
Okay, sir.
first is एनालिसिस ऑफ केस. एनालिसिस ऑफ केस यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड. अभी हम एफोरिज्म जब पढ़ाएंगे तो बता देंगे, बट इस इंट्रोडक्शन को देख लो. एनालिसिस ऑफ केस अकॉर्डिंग टू द chronic disease especially, because if you remember I have discussed analysis of case in aphorism number 7 also. Aphorism number 7 was in a general sense described analysis of case that will be applicable for both acute and chronic disease. Here it is especially for chronic disease. Then after analysis of case, the second aphorism, that is 205, is dealing with the warning in the treatment of chronic disease, one-sided or local disease. That is again a relation. That's why I have told you that this is the part of one-sided disease. और ये जो warning दिया हुआ है, especially in the context of your local disease, ये warning है. वो पढ़ेंगे. Warning क्या है? Especially external regarding prohibition of external application इस वन साइडेड के केस में. सो एनालिसिस के बाद एक वार्निंग दिया कि ये नहीं करना है आपको इन एनी केस. देन इज एफोरिज्म नंबर 6, 206, आइडेंटिफाई द फंडामेंटल कॉज और कॉजेज. यहाँ पे जो कॉज और कॉजेज लिखा है ये ऐसे ही नहीं लिखा हुआ है. आइडेंटिफाई द फंडामेंटल कॉज और कॉजेज. दैट मीन्स sometimes this fundamental cause may be alone, that is cause, and sometimes this fundamental cause may be in the form of complex disease, more than one fundamental cause, and so it is identify the fundamental cause or causes. Then aphorism number 207 is giving you the importance of what type of treatment, the impact of what type of treatment, especially Hariman has specified their allopathic treatment, that your chronic case, the patient before you has what type of chronic treatment with allopathic medications till now he is continuing or he have taken or he has taken it. इसका एक importance है because ये आपके क्लियर कट एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ द सिम्टम्स को, ओरिजिनल सिम्टम्स को कवर्ड कर देता है, चेंज कर देता है, और वहाँ पे फिर आप प्रेजेंट सिम्टम्स के अकॉर्डिंग सिम्टम्स सेलेक्ट करते रहोगे और आपको रिजल्ट अच्छा नहीं मिलता है. उस फिल्ट्रेशन के लिए सबसे पहले ये आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए कह रहा है कि व्हाट इज द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ एलोपैथिक ट्रीटमेंट इन दिस केस. नेक्स्ट एफोरिज्म इज एफोरिज्म नंबर 208. यहाँ पे कह रहा है impact, identify the impact of accessory circumstances. So अगर आप इस पूरे एफोरिज्म को अच्छे से देखोगे, ये 204 से 209, तो सबसे पहले क्या कहा? एनालिसिस ऑफ केस, जिसको हमने कहा क्लियर हटा दो कि ये किससे बिलोंग कर रहा है. अब अगर वो मैथमेटिक्स से बिलोंग कर रहा है तो उसके बाद भी अब अदर इन्फ्लुएंसेस कितना है उसके पास, दैट इज कॉल्ड removing all the outsider influences, either in the form of allopathic medication or in the form of your lifestyle or in the form of your accessory circumstances. सारे filtration के बाद अब जो बच जाएगा, that Hahnemann has described in aphorism number 209. Now you select your case, you select the symptomatology and collect all the peculiar characteristic symptoms and made a totality out of that for the treatment of one-sided chronic disease or any type of chronic disease. So this is a short description of how you will attempt to treat a chronic disease. And this part of aphorism, as I have given you here in the last slide, just have a look this. जब इसको complete करेंगे तो ये करेंगे, because if you will study only these aphorisms 204 to 209, then very recently, and you can say in a very short time, you will forget everything. So this aphorism must be followed by this study. तभी जाके आपको इसका अंडरस्टैंडिंग समझ में आएगा, आपको इसका इम्पैक्ट समझ में आएगा, आपका इसका प्रैक्टिकल यूटिलिटी है उसको यूटिलाइज करने के कैपेबल आप हो सकोगे. So these aphorism must be followed by the study of this at least doctrinal part of, or you can say theoretical part of हनीमैन्स थ्योरी ऑफ क्रोनिक डिजीज. उसका जो मटेरिया पार्ट है एक अलग है, उसका जो डॉक्ट्रिनल और फिलोसॉफिकल पार्ट है वो अलग है. मटेरिया पार्ट को अगर बाद में भी पढ़ो तो चलेगा, बट उसका जो डॉक्ट्रिनल पार्ट है वो इसके साथ जरूर पढ़ना चाहिए. देन आफ्टर इट इज फॉलोड बाय दिस चैप्टर नंबर 13 क्रोनिक डिजीज. ये रिचर्ड हेल के जो हनीमैन का लाइफ हिस्ट्री लिखा हुआ है वहाँ है, बिकॉज ये दोनों इसमें आपको डेवलपमेंट मिलेगा इस क्रोनिक डिजीज के बारे में, क्रोनिक डिजीज के एस्टेब्लिशमेंट जब थ्योरी हुई है उसके बारे में. सो दिस स्टडी followed by chronic disease, theory of chronic disease, and they must be followed by this chapter on chronic disease in Richard Hale. Then after you can study this notes on Miasm by Ortega. Then you can study Kant philosophy, and along with Kant philosophy you can study H.A. Robertson, etc. And then you must study, if you have, that is the book of Isiaga, the chapter on Miasm. Because after these study, or at least after these three till Ortega and Kant, then you will be able to understand the Hahnemannian concept of miasm, as well as you will be able to utilize it in your clinic. Otherwise, again, this miasm will be in the form of a cloudy dilemma, and you may not have a clear and confident way of using it, utilizing it, and giving benefit to your patients. So with this, first we should start aphorism number 204. ये आपके ऑर्गेनन का टेक्स्ट है, जो आपने कहा था कि आपके पास अगर वो नहीं है, जिनके पास भी टेक्स्ट बुक, तो उनको और परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं है, यही है आपका टेक्स्ट बुक. सो aphorism number 204, what Hahnemann has mentioned. देखो यहाँ पे जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट वर्ड है, हमने कहीं कहा था इसको एनालिसिस ऑफ केस, especially for chronic disease, and I have related it with your aphorism number 7. ये factor 7 इसमें बहुत बार जुड़ा हुआ है. So aphorism number 7 was analysis of case in general. Here it is analysis of case especially for chronic diseases. So before we begin the treatment of chronic disease, or while taking the case of a chronic disease, and after taking the case of a chronic disease, and before we are planning for the treatment and making totality of symptom, we must have a filtration of all the information that you have taken from the patient. And what is that filtration? Here Hahnemann has given you the 2 levels of filtration. What are those 2 levels of filtration? ये देखो यहाँ ब्रेकअप में हमने लिखा है. First is your mode of living, second is your medicinal maladies, जिसको हम कहते हैं pseudochronic disease, ये इस पार्ट को, इसको हम कहते हैं iatrogenic disease. So इसी चीज को हनीमैन ने क्या कहा? First of all, before we begin, if we deduct, मतलब we have to remove, we have to filter, we have to separate it out. किसको separate करना है? All the chronic affections, ailments and disease that depend on a persistently unhealthy mode of living. वो सारे सिम्टम, वो सारे परेशानियां जो आपके लाइफ स्टाइल की गलती की वजह से आया है, जो आपके लाइफ स्टाइल के मॉडिफिकेशंस की वजह से आया है, जो आपके लाइफ स्टाइल पे डिपेंडेंट है, we must have to remove, we must have to reduce, we must have to separate it from the list of collection of symptoms that whatever you have taken it through. Because if it will be present in your case, then your symptoms collection will not be a pure symptom set, and your selection of remedy will always be a partial and wrong selection of remedy. So before we begin the treatment of chronic disease, after taking the case, we must remove all symptoms. We must separate all symptoms that are due to false lifestyle, that are due to wrong lifestyle, that depends on your persistent unhealthy mode of living. Unhealthy mode of living. This is the first filtration. Second filtration is what? As also those innumerable medicinal diseases. जिस medicinal diseases को हम कह रहे हैं iatrogenic diseases. That means those symptoms which are due to the prolonged use of your non-homeopathic medicine. These are the prolonged use of any medicine. If you will remove from a chronic case the informations, the symptoms that are due to false lifestyles, that are due to prolonged use of medicines, उसके बाद जो बच जाएगा, the remainder, that will be the symptoms of true chronic disease. That will be the symptoms of that is due to your fundamental miasm. That will be the symptoms of actual disease that Hahnemann has defined in aphorism number 11. So then what he says, if we deduct all chronic affections, ailments and disease that depends on a persistent unhealthy mode of living, as also those innumerable medicinal maladies caused by the irrational, persistent, harassing and pernicious treatment of disease often only trivial character by the physicians of old school. That's why I have told you all the iatrogenicity that is due to your non-homeopathic medicine. Then after these two filtration, after removal of the symptoms that are due to these two factors, whatever left, the most of the remainder of chronic diseases result from the development of these three chronic miasms. उस filtration के बाद जो बच जाता है, those symptoms are due to the three chronic miasms, जिसको हम कहते हैं internal syphilis, internal psychosis, and but chiefly and infinitely greater proportion the internal sora. Again एक चीज को याद रखोगे, यहाँ पे हमेशा फिक्सिटी उस कॉन्सेप्ट का नहीं है जहाँ पे हम कहते हैं कि सोरा एक बार मिला है तो सिफिलिस के लिए भी जरूरी है, साइकोसिस के लिए भी जरूरी है. इस अंडरस्टैंडिंग को क्लियर करते रहना. So Hahnemann has called here, Hahnemann has said here कि it is will be either of syphilis, either of psychosis, and this is the most prevalent. That's why it is called, but chiefly and infinitely greater proportion, not omnipresent, but maximum in presence. That's why it is called greater in proportion. That is the internal sora, each of which was already in possession of the whole organism and had penetrated in all the direction before appearance to the primary manifestation or primary symptom, that is vicarious local symptoms of each of them. जिस primary symptoms को यहाँ पे short में लिखा हुआ है, that is in case of sora it is scabious eruption, in syphilis it is chancre or bubo, in case of psychosis it is condylomata. That prevented their outburst. ये prevented their outburst. ये जो part है इसको समझने के लिए आपको theory of chronic disease का main part समझना पड़ेगा, जिसको हम कहते हैं जब वो पढ़ाएंगे, जिसमें mode of infection, then internalization, manifestation of primary manifestation, then suppression of primary manifestation and development of secondary manifestation and the so numerous diseases. इस पार्ट को जब वहाँ पे आप समझोगे तो यहाँ पे दिखाएगा when there is primary manifestation, तब तक disease under control होता है. That is, disease बहुत बेलगाम नहीं होता है. Diseases are not in a form of outburst and it is not in a form of heavy danger. But once the primary manifestation is destroyed, then that is called the suppression of primary manifestation, and then the diseases goes into unlimited directions with unlimited manifestations, and they are difficult for us and they are requiring the individualized selections of medicines for their treatment, and that again depends on their gravity, that depends on their advancement, that again depends on their severity of destructions. So that's why it is called, जब तक primary manifestation रहता है तब तक ये outburst उसका जो है वो कम रहता है. इस concept को उस theory of chronic disease के साथ जब आप पढ़ोगे फिर और वो clear होगा. So यहाँ most important part जो message है वो क्या है, इस दो factor को हटा दो, then whatever is remain is due to this chronic miasm, and उस these three chronic miasms are, again Hahnemann has slightly given some identification that they have these type of primary manifestations, and after that, and these chronic miasmatic disease, if deprived of their local symptoms, जैसे हमने कहा आपको destroy अगर कर दोगे, are inevitably destined by the mighty nature sooner or later become developed and so burst forth, thereby propagated all the nameless misery. जब तक primary manifestation में है, till it is in the state of primary manifestations, they are not so dangerous. They are capable of being under control. But once this primary manifestation is destroyed, the control, the difficulty of this miasmatic manifestations increases in every direction. And so he is calling that after this it burst forth and thereby propagated all the nameless misery, the incredible number of chronic diseases which have plagued mankind from hundreds and thousands of years, none of which would so frequently have come into existence had the physician striven in a rational manner to cure radically and to extinguish in the organism these three miasms by internal homeopathic medicine suited for each of them without employing remedies for the external symptoms. ये वाला फिर यहाँ पे, because it is given here again emphasis for prohibition of external application, because I have told you as it is a part of your one-sided disease. So in this last paragraph, what Hahnemann is saying, that it is not so that this chronic disease, this chronic miasmatic maladies, these diseases which are developed due to the chronic miasms, homeopathic physician in his rational manner with his homeopathic potentized dynamized medicines are capable of radically cure them and extinguish them if he practice it with a rational radical directions as described by homeopathic philosophy and advancement in chronic diseases, and without employing the topical remedies for their external removal. You must have studied in your earlier aphorism, especially aphorism number 286 to 203, the harms of applying external application in the local diseases. What happens if you apply an external application and if you remove the one-sided local disease? What Hahnemann says in earlier, if someone is having a wart, that doesn't mean that it is the affection of, it is the disease of that local part. Rather, it is the affection of the whole organism and it is reflected in one part. और अगर उस वन पार्ट को भी आप डिस्ट्रॉय कर दोगे, दैट मीन्स यू हैव डिस्ट्रॉयड द वे ऑफ आइडेंटिफाइंग। जस्ट सपोज कर लो एक बहुत ही सोफिस्टिकेटेड क्राइम होता है और उस क्राइम के बाद एक कोई सर्कमस्टांशियल एविडेंस एक प्रेजेंट है। अगर अच्छा सीबीआई इंस्पेक्टर वहां पे आए, अगर अच्छा कोई इन्वेस्टिगेटर आए, तो उस एक सर्कमस्टांशियल एविडेंस या उस एक एविडेंस के थ्रू वो धीरे धीरे सर्च करेगा और लिंक बैठाएगा और पूरे केस तक पहुंच सकता है। बट व्हाट हैपन, अगर आपने नेग्लिजेंस में उस एविडेंस को भी खराब कर दिया, उसको भी डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया, तो अब उसको खोजने के लिए जो एक रास्ता बचा था वो भी खत्म हो गया। Then the case will be unsolved mystery. Similarly, this local disease in case of one-sided disease is like that way. If you will remove that indication, if you will remove that one source through which one can identify the whole case, and if it is being removed, it is being destroyed prematurely, then it will be next to impossible until there is some other manifestation that occurs to identify the true totality, and your case will go into incurable cases, or your case will go into a further damage, a continuous damage without the help of your homeopathic medicine. So again, he is in this part warning this not to employ local disease, not to employ local medicine for that purpose. Now, this is the breakup of aphorism number 204. The first theme of this aphorism is called analysis of chronic case. As I have told you, that is the theme of this aphorism, analysis of chronic case. And in what? If you remove the disease due to wrong lifestyle, disease due to wrong medicine, then whatever remaining is due to the chronic miasm. माइक बंद कर लो, किसी का माइक ऑन है। And this chronic miasm may be of internal syphilis, may be of internal psychosis, may be of SORA, may be of altogether, whatever it will be. इसका further treatment फिर हम aphorism number 206 में पढ़ेंगे, 205 में warning है, उसके बाद 206 में फिर इसका further treatment करेंगे हम next class में. Is being cured by internal medicine, and we should not apply in this process any type of external application. I think अब सिर्फ 3 मिनट रह गया, so next aphorism बाद में पढ़ेंगे. अगर आप लोग को टाइम हो तो you must message me, then I will take your class at 5 p.m. today evening. Any question in this aphorism from your side or anything you want to add on? Hello.
हेलो.
जी
नो
बोलिए.
सर, अंडरस्टूड. जी सर.
पक्का?
जी सर, पक्का.
आप लोगों ने एफरिज्म नंबर 77 पढ़ रखा है? अगर नहीं पढ़ रखा है तो आज शाम से पहले, अब किताब ही नहीं तुम्हारे पास तो बताऊं क्या. बिकॉज अगर आगे में इस एफरिज्म को अगर और डिटेल्स में जाएंगे तो यू मस्ट हैव टू स्टडी दिस एफरिज्म 77 एंड 74. और अगर नहीं पढ़ रखा है तो आई हैव सम वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ क्लासेस जो यूट्यूब पे अवेलेबल है रिगार्डिंग एक्सेसरी सर्कमस्टांसेस. वहाँ का अगर आप वो सुनोगे तो इस पार्ट में आपको और समझ में आएगा जिसमें हमने बताया है उस वीडियो में कि व्हाई बिफोर ट्रीटमेंट, बिफोर taking the symptoms for totality of symptom, we must remove these parts that are due to causa occasionalis. इस बारे में अभी नहीं क्लास लिया, इसके बारे में नहीं समझाया, इसका भी एक बहुत अलग अपना इम्पोर्टेंस है। तो ये क्लास फिनिश हो जाए, फर्दर अगर और कुछ इसके बारे में एडवांस जानना चाहोगे तो बता देंगे आपको, बिकॉज दीज आर वन ऑफ द टू ग्रेटेस्ट फैक्टर for our failure in chronic disease, because we are not removing the symptoms of these two areas, and then we are taking a good totality, but we fail to give good result in spite of taking good symptoms, good totality, good repertorization, everything is good, but organ part is bad, and so the result is not expected. ठीक है, थैंक यू वेरी मच। अगर 5 बजे क्लास करना हो तो मैसेज कर देना, ठीक है? तो इसका अगला एप्रोजम शुरू करेंगे, ठीक है? ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
ओके, थैंक यू सर।